Hi, I am Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing a vacation home in The Sims 4. So this home is built in the world of Oasis Springs, which is in the base game. This isn't a base game restricted build. Just thought I would mention that. And so we are first working on this little entry area. I wanted to do a vacation home because I thought a lot of people go out of town for Thanksgiving, and since we're in that season, I thought I would do like a vacation family home. But this ends up being like a bridal getaway, like a bridal shower getaway, and so we are kind of make my decision. I kind of make my decisions off of that. We don't make that. I'm showing you what I made, and so we are going to be making this kitchen pretty big, and going to be having a long island in the kitchen. I lost my words for a second, and so the island kind of decided how many Sims this would be for, so you can have like 5 Sims, and so we are just going to be now going to add some more stools around the kitchen, and I do kind of make a little bit of like a weird looking island. I wanted there to be space for a lot of Sims, and I wanted there to be not like everybody's like staring at the oven. They could like kind of more like talk to each other. I do add a dining room, which you can see now, and so this room's kind of black and white, kind of more modern and high end, I would say. And so, at least that's how I try to make it. And so, we go for like captain's chairs on the ends, and then kind of more plain chairs in the middle. Since I was imagining this would be for like a bridal party, it could be like the bride and the bridesmaid were at the ends of the table. And so we are just going to be adding just a few more items in the kitchen, trying to get a good flow through the kitchen. And so now we are back in the dining room, just going to be adding some pictures. I do use items from the Desert Luxe kit. You can see the window from the pack or the kit, and then I used some other items in the backyard, which we'll see when we get into the backyard. And so we are just going to be adding some plants into the room, kind of give it some fullness in here. And so we are just going to be kind of moving into the living room. So I wanted this space to also be like a kind of like a gathering place, like movie night after dinner or something like that. And so we go with these couches from the Jungle Adventure pack, and I was trying to avoid this pack just because I didn't fully want to use it, but it kind of has that like southern or South American type of feel to it, and that's kind of what I want to do in this house. And so we are just going to be using this rug from base game, and since it is a bridal shower, I wanted to make the couches pink. I mean, you can obviously have this for like not a bridal shower, maybe like a college, university graduation, or like a friend's getaway, and you can change the couches and other things, but you will have to do that before your Sims come here for a vacation. And so we are just going to be adding some tapestry. It was kind of hard to figure out like what color to use for that tapestry, but now we are in kind of like a game room area. This is like off of the pool and off of the kitchen, so I thought it would be like a good like in between space. I wanted to use like the open door from the desert looks kit, but I am always a little bit worried that the Sims, like if you have seasons, the bad weather will like get into the house, and so that's why I kind of made a flex space or a game room. It has like dart throwing, it has like don't make the llama, and I do add this picture from the base game of a lady, and I thought it'd be fun to pretend that the house is named after this lady. Maybe it was the designer's grandma or something like that. Well, I guess I'm technically the designer, but like the area was named after her, and so the person who did this house is like honoring her in a way. And so here's that picture. I just thought that'd be kind of like a fun story piece, but yeah, it doesn't really matter in a way. And so we are just going to be going into the living room again and adding some side tables. I am kind of slipping my words here. And so I wanted to use this chunky coffee table because I always make my dining or my living rooms so tiny that I can't use like chunky tables like this. And I really like these like chunky big tables. And so I wanted to use it here. And so we are just going to be adding a few more things on to the walls. These aren't pictures. I thought it'd be fun to put like these archways in to like by the arch into the dining room, but that still left the problem of not knowing what to put on this wall. That door leads in to a half bath, and so I don't record it. I do record one bathroom upstairs, but I'll tell you more about that when I get to it. And so we are just going to be making the having half wall right there because so nothing like goes underneath the stairs. I that wasn't my original staircase, and so I thought if I changed it, it would like fill it in, but it didn't, and so that's why I added a half wall. And so now we are out here in the backyard. So there is a pool, there's a grill, there's a ping pong. I wanted there to be a lot of places to chat, hang out, and so since this is like a bridal shower again, I'm going to be bringing some pink into this space, and so I'm going to be using the lounge chairs and the grill, and the seats are all from the Desert Lex kit, and so you can have 4 Sims lounging on the lounge chairs, and you have 4 Sims on the chairs, and then you have 2 other Sims on another chairs. But we are just going to be adding some pool tile, and I thought this was a fun pool. I don't really use this pool tile that often, and I wanted the water to be have rose petals in it because I thought that'd be a fun detail, and I never really changed the like color of the water, and so I thought it would be fun to do it here. And so we are just going to kind of be figuring out where to put these chairs. I do end up kind of putting them in this like general area by the grill, and so I wanted there to be like another like outdoor eating area, and so that's why I put this table with an umbrella since it is in the desert to kind of cool off after you take a swim, or like to eat and then swim, or swim then eat, and then so we are just going to be adding some pool ladders just because safety. I mean, your Sims can still get out of the pool with without the ladders, but it's aesthetic, I guess. And so we are just going to be adding a rug into the living area, or into the game room area, and going to be seeing what other details to add. I couldn't really like think of like too much to add. The space back here is somewhat small, but I did manage to squeeze in a hot tub, and so we are just going to be making a little path to the garbage can, and so I do like how this backyard turned out, and so now we are going to be going upstairs. So this is the second level. We are going to be starting off with the bridal suite, I guess you could call it. This is where I imagine the soon-to-be bride would be staying, and so make it kind of plain so it's easy. If you don't want to have a bridal shower here, you can change the colors, change a little bit of the theme, but we are just going to be not changing, we're just going to be adjusting a few things. I do actually move the placement of the door to be where that mirror is. I don't show it, so I thought I would just say it, and so we are just going to be adding a picture. This room's kind of beige, but it's calming, and it's probably what most people want, a little bit of a calming space after partying it up with the girlfriends, I guess. That sounded so weird. And so we are just gonna be adding a little seating area, but then I realized, oh, these chairs are so cool. They look better outside here instead of like in the room. And so there is a lot of stuff to do in this house, and so we are just going to be adding another chair into the space. It might be a little bit out of place, but maybe a future tenant like brought it and then left it, and then the I'm imagining this to be like Airbnb, and like the Airbnb owner just didn't move it, and so we are just going to be adding some curtains. I kind of make them all the same. I didn't really know what else to add. I didn't know. That was just kind of like my holder curtain in a way. And so we are just going to be adding some pictures into this room, and then we are going to be going up or into the hallway. This is still the second level, and so I'm just going to be adding a bookshelf, the same one from downstairs, but just in a different place, I guess. And so now we are just going to be adding a column to the balcony on the second level, and so now we are going to be going into one of the like bridesmaids rooms. I thought it would be fun to like have like bunk beds in this room for the bride, or for the bridesmaids, and so I don't haven't ever really been invited to like a bridal getaway. This is basically this is basically based off of things I've seen on YouTube, and so I wanted to add a desk into the space for maybe the maid of honor to practice writing her speech, to write her speech, and then I do add a microphone into the other room to maybe have her practice her speech. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I don't use any of the wedding pack, so if you were hesitant of downloading this house because you thought I was using the wedding pack, I can assure you I have not even downloaded that pack. I am afraid of my game being glitched from that pack. And I mean, I know that it's probably been like fixed, but it still seems buggy from what I see. And so we are just going to be adding a lot of other like girly things, but trying to keep this room simple. So if you don't want to have a bridal shower here, you can easily change it. And so we do add a large like kind of like leaning against the wall mirror into the hallway. I thought that would be fun. That's why I had to move the door in the bridal room. And so we are in the second second bridesmaids suite in this room. So this house is 3 bedrooms, free bath, and for this room I wanted to use a bunk bed on top with a double bed on bottom, but this room's pretty small, and so I didn't end up using that, and so this room just also has bunk beds. It's a little bit smaller, but it does also have some like musical instruments in it, so there's like some like skill building items in here. I was kind of picturing these bridesmaids to be writing a song for the bride, and they would like be practicing it here because maybe that's like the only time they would have time to practice. And so we are just going to be adding a guitar and a violin for that purpose. And so we are just now going to be adding a microphone. Maybe a third bridesmaid is going to be practicing singing with the accompaniment of the guitar and violin. And so now we are going to be going into the bathroom. This is, I think, the last room I'm going to be showing. I wanted to show this bathroom in particular just because it's the coolest room with the windows like stacked from like floor to bottom. And so we kind of make this a big bathroom. I tried to make it a big bathroom. It is like for like 4 Sims, and so I hopefully it's big enough. I didn't like move the toilet into its own room, so it really only one Sim could be using this unless they're both like brushing their teeth and washing their hands. And so we are just going to be adding some stuff onto this back area of the house. And so I kind of kept it simple up here. Just kind of has a few skill building items, has a chess table. Maybe you could bring a yoga mat or add a yoga mat onto the balcony. I just trying to keep it simple. So we are getting close to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to play in this house, the information is down in the description. So I post new videos every single Tuesday, so hope you come back for another Sims video. If you want to see more of me, you can find me on Instagram. green_rose_sims is my username, same as YouTube and my Sims 4 ID. So I hope you see you all next week. Bye!